Welcome, everyone, to your December 2022 forecast. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. Before we get into the forecast, this, of course, is a general reading. For a personal reading or for a coaching session, go ahead and book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Forecasts for each life path number for 2023 are up now. Be sure to check yours out if you haven't already, as we move from this 6-year into the vibration of a 7-year for 2023. Lots of interesting stuff coming up. This, of course, is a great time to order, if you haven't already, to order your personal year ahead forecast for 2023. I have those on my website available, so head on over there and get yours today. Okay, so as always, first I'm going to take a look at the universal cycle for the month of December, and then we will break it down for each individual life path number. So December 2022 is a universal 9 cycle. And I really do actually love this energy as we begin to sort of close out the year and prepare to step into a new frequency. The energy of the 9 allows us to reflect on the past year, to slow down a bit and recap. What do we feel worked for us? What do we want to maybe make adjustments to moving forward? Or now that we know what we know, would we do anything differently if given the chance? While understanding that sometimes we need to take the chance ourselves instead of waiting for it to be given. Also, is there anything that we want to sort of close out and leave behind, sort of shed as we step into the new energy of 2023? Any old belief systems, habits, grudges, and so on. This is a great time to leave those behind. This is actually a really beautiful and symbolic energy to shed that old skin, sort of like a snake, and leave it behind as we move much lighter and freer into a new chapter. So make time for self-reflection this month and honor what comes up for you without judgment, right? So if you feel strongly about something, move in that direction, follow it, right? See where it takes you. This can be a great month for getting organized and clearing out the clutter, body, mind, and spirit. And again, it's kind of like when you're going through old things, like, from your childhood or from your teen years or whatever, right? Or last year. And there's sentimental value to some of those things, right? Again, whether it's a belief, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing, whatever. There can be some attachment to those things, some sentimental value. And so it can be challenging to release it, to let it go. And so then we start to create clutter, right? We start to hold on to things that are no longer relevant, that don't really assist us in any way, that aren't aiding or adding to our journey. And so they just sort of take up space, body, mind, spirit, and they don't really need to be there any longer. And so those are the things that we sort of really need to take a look at and see, where can we release these things? Where can we move beyond them? And again, clear the space for something new to come in. And it can be a little challenging because we've got that, there's that nostalgia to it, that sentimental value. And so just have to find a way to honor it and release it and move forward. And this is a great time to do it during a 9 energy. This can be an incredibly active period for dreaming and imagination. So pay very close attention to your daydreams, to your night dreams, and see where they're taking you now. New plans, new ideas can come in through these dreams. And with such an extremely vivid imagination, this can be a beautifully creative period for turning those dreams into reality come 2023. Allow the ideas to germinate now. Write them down, play with them, be open to what comes in, no matter how big they are, no matter how outside the box they are. This is an energy to play with those, to follow them, to explore, to let your imagination run wild. This isn't necessarily the energy to begin implementing or to, begin creating whatever those big ideas are, but explore them. explore them. Allow your imagination to run wild, follow those dreams, write those dreams down. And, if you are telling yourself that you're not capable of doing something that you're dreaming about, deconstruct that. Why are you telling yourself that? What are the obstacles? How can you overcome those obstacles? Who do you need to reach out to who maybe has strengths in those areas that you have some limitations or some weaknesses? This is a great time to start that planning process, to explore. So use this month and the magic of this month in that way. And allow yourself to dream big, allow yourself to dream outside the box, and to start planning how you'll, achieve those big dreams. Pay attention to your thoughts this month. Where are they trying to take you? Can you explore further? Are there thoughts worth grabbing onto and doing something with? And are there thoughts that are keeping you sort of stuck, right? Because those thoughts that are keeping you stuck, right? Those thoughts that come in that are sort of holding you in one place. They're trying to show you where potentially there's some deeper work to be done, right? And so everything sort of serves a purpose, right? And so even those thoughts that were like, are more negative or again, kind of holding us back, there's something deeper there to be looked at. And so those thoughts coming in are highlighting those areas for us. So pay attention to them. You don't have to grab onto them. You don't have to, do anything with them other than, again, to kind of deconstruct them, to look at sort of the root cause of them, and sort of go from there. But pay attention to your thoughts this month, especially under a 9 energy. Your dreams, your daydreams, your thoughts, all these things can hold a lot of deeper meaning this month, more so than under other energies. So just pay attention. This month can feel sort of, like I said, very ethereal, more imagination, more ideas, more feelings floating about. Play in this lofty realm and explore, right? But also find ways to stay grounded and in your body. You need to be present to have the full experience that this 9 energy can bring this month. So your dreams and visions this month can serve as the guidepost for the future direction that you're meant to follow. But you have to stay present and grounded to sort of see them through, right? To start that process, to experience the human experience, right? With 9 energy, the channel to the unseen is wide open. So again, see what comes through for you and try to have fun with it, right? Again, take the pressure off, just kind of flow with it. By exploring something, you're not obligated to follow through with it, right? You're just seeing where it takes you and seeing if there's a connection and seeing if it feels right for you. If it doesn't, you release it. If it does, then continue to explore, right? So this is a beautiful energy for all of that. So again, give yourself the permission to dream big, to play in the world of imagination, because that's where it all begins when it comes to creation and creating the life of your dreams. And what a perfect time to be exploring as we sit at the cusp of a new year and a new energetic vibration for 2023. So this month, the energy of the 9 sort of invites us to stay present while considering changes. Okay, before we get into the individual life path numbers, I want to wish you all a very happy holiday season and a very joyous new year. All right, let's take a look at the individual life path numbers now. Life path number 6. So the energy that you have, the animal spirit message that you all got for December is wolf energy. So with wolf energy, there's something coming through here around reliability, results, and reputation as well. So it's interesting. It's kind of like what kind of comes through is like that whole saying like, wait, how does it go? Like your reputation precedes you, something like that. So there may be something here for you all this month where either you might need to do some damage control if maybe maybe, I don't know, like you've done some things that have created a false image of who you are, or you've represented yourself in a way that maybe isn't authentic and not how you want to be seen. That's possible. Or this could be a time when you're getting like recognition, and your reputation is sort of building, right? So I think of someone maybe who like owns their own business and their reputation is starting to get out or build, right? And so people are starting to find you and come to you through word of mouth, that sort of thing. That's also very possible. And then this energy, and the reason why I think it's more along those lines, right? Like your reputation building, the, word of mouth, that sort of thing. Or you applying for a job and you getting really good recommendations, or again, like your reputation is sort of in high regard, and so you get the job type that, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I say that is because with wolf energy, there is something here about like that confidence, that reliability, and getting results, right? And so people, it's like when they think of you, they think of somebody who's going to get the job done and do it well and get the results, right? That's also very, very possible. And this is also sort of an energy or a message for you, just saying, to whatever you take on this month or initiate this month, make sure you see through to the end, right? Because it could be like your reputation is riding on it type thing as possible as well. But very, very powerful energy with wolf coming through. The other thing I will say about wolf is they collaborate really, really well. They work as a community and they don't take any shit. So, you know what I mean? They're going to be like, if they're not happy with something, they're going to do something about it. If, they're not going to say yes to something that they don't want to say yes to. So there's definitely something there about boundaries as well. Okay, so looking at the month ahead for you all, this month you're actually, for the month of December, you are working with your own energy. You're of course working with the 9 energy just like the rest of us. But in addition to that, there is this emphasis of 6 energy this month for 6s. So because this is your life path number, you may or may not notice it, right? Like what you're working with, because you're already working with it every day. So sometimes when we have a 6, like let's say that I'm a life path 6 and then I'm in a 6 cycle, I may not notice it as much. Or I could notice it quite intensely. It just depends. And it depends on what comes in for you. But typically what comes in for us is what needs to come in for us. So what I would anticipate is that with you in a 6 cycle as a life path 6, you're going to see things come through in December that you need to see come through. The lessons, the triumphs, like whatever, right? For you all, with it being 6 energy, you may see things come up around the home. You may see things come up very strongly around relationships, around, again, community, building something within the community, maybe being more of a presence within the community, something like that. There also could be something that comes in for you all around finances to do with the home. So it could be that there's something that comes in, I don't know. Maybe you're buying a home, selling a home. But because wolf energy is here as well, there's something here about getting results. So it's like not just accepting like if you're selling a home, it's like not just accepting the first offer, knowing, if it's lower than what you want, knowing that you can get what you want type thing and negotiate it to work to your advantage, whatever, without taking advantage of other people, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's very possible that things may come in around that as well. Relationships could come to the forefront this month for you all. And again, I would say because this 9 energy is present, collectively, there may be something for you all with intimate relationships. And that can be friendships, family, of course, romantic partners, where you're really taking a close look at who can move forward with you into the upcoming year, and who really needs to be left behind. Not left behind, but just not so much a part of your story, right? Because we do outgrow people. We do, as we continue to grow and evolve and, our frequency changes. And if we're out of alignment with someone, it's really hard to kind of maintain that relationship, right? Unless it's a very important relationship, etc. So it's okay when those contracts end, when those people need to kind of not become such a big part of our life, right? So it is possible that is going to come up for evaluation this month for you all, especially working with 6 energy. As always, there could be things that come in for you all around boundaries, especially with wolf energy coming through, especially with working with 6 energy. So make sure that you are honoring your boundaries and setting those healthy boundaries and having those conversations. As we move into the month, we have a full moon that's occurring on the 7th or the 8th of December, depending on where you live within the world. And for you all, this is interesting energy. This can be a little intense. You're working with 13-4 energy and 5 energy. The 13-4 energy is the one where I say this could be a little intense. This is very much like death, transformation, rebirth energy, metaphorically speaking. There's something that needs to fall away. There's some kind of transformation that needs to happen, and there's some kind of rebirth waiting. And so with 13-4 energy, again, it's something that you are meant to be creating or, taking from creating something beautiful from something not so beautiful, right? So I always think of like the lotus flower or like the pearl, right? The pearl is created through the grit and the dirt, right? In the sand. And then you have this beautiful gem. That's 13-4 energy, right? Like this sort of like the decay and then the transformation and the rebirth, right? And the pearl being the rebirth. So there's something here around this full moon that is probably going to have to fall away, is probably going to have to transform in some way. Because it's coupled with 5 energy, I would say there may be something here about you needing more freedom, and that can be about like you, just feeling too confined, whether that's in your career, in your relationship, in your whatever, right? And in just in life. And so you need to kind of switch things up a little bit. There needs to be some kind of shift, some kind of change. So if you feel like you're stuck in a rut in some area, this could be a time where whatever it is that's kind of keeping you in that rut needs to fall away. And that will be highlighted for you at this time. And then you'll need to do something about that, right? Like you'll have to, like we talked about in the intro, you'll need to clear the clutter in order to assist in the transformation, right? And then to assist in the rebirth, right? Or birthing, whatever this is. But because it's 5 energy, travel could come up for you. Again, freedom, expansiveness, and change. I mean, really, 5 energy at its core is, flux, transformation, change. And then you couple that with 13-4 energy. That is like Scorpio, Pluto energy. That is death, transformation, rebirth. In tarot, the 13 is the death card. So it's very much death, transformation, rebirth. And again, this is metaphorically speaking. This is saying like something needs to fall away. Something within your life needs to transform, and something is going to be birthed from that experience. And that 5 energy is very fast moving energy. The 4 energy is typically very slow moving. The 5 energy is fast moving. So this is probably something that will come in quickly, will shift quickly, and you'll see some major transformations happen pretty quickly. Again, this is a general reading, so it's not going to be for everyone. But the fact that it's at the full moon, the fact that it's 13-4 energy and 5 energy, just tells me something's coming to a close at this time. Something's falling away, transforming, and making way for something much better, much more aligned. So just be prepared for that. And if there's, like I said, I say this, I hesitate as I say this because what I was going to say is if there's really nothing in your life that you feel like needs to change or be transformed, then you may not be affected by this. But honestly, when we're working with 5 energy, I always say expect the unexpected, because you just don't know what 5 energy is going to bring. It's just nuts. But anyway, so just kind of be on the lookout, just go with the flow. This is the kind of energy that you just need to move with and see where it takes you and stay present through it so that you can maneuver however you need to maneuver. And it's nothing to fear. It's just knowing that, okay, this is a transformation that's occurring to get me to where I need to be. And wherever this is going to be an elevated space from where I'm at now. And it's going to be for my benefit. And because you're working with 6 energy this month, it may be that this is very much sort of concentrated around the home, around relationships, around family dynamics, someone entering the home, someone leaving the home, pets. It could be, again, just think of like the home, or your close community is possible as well, or finances that affect the home, some kind of major transformation, change, or redirect. Okay, and then at the end of the month, we hit the new moon, which is on the 23rd of December. The new moon for you all is bringing this new start, these new big ideas potentially, because you're working with 11-2 energy at this time. And so with 11 energy, this is inspiration. What inspires us? How can we take inspired action? And so again, this new moon may have you saying no and setting boundaries to people that you would normally say yes to when you were trying to like please them or make sure that everything was okay with them type thing, because 6 energy is so nurturing. But this new moon may have you setting some boundaries, right? And following your inspirations, your desires, right? Kind of putting your needs first. And then kind of circling back around and seeing who it is that still needs assistance type thing, right? But there is something here where this 11-2 energy is really asking you to follow your inspirations, follow those big ideas, follow that imagination, go big, right? Like really allow yourself to dream big, especially around this new moon. There could be something here that where, I don't know, maybe you're inspired to start a new relationship or start a new friendship or join a meetup group or go do online dating or something like that, because it's also 2 energy. So it's how we relate to people as well. So it's very possible that, again, relationships, collaborations, networking could all kind of come into the forefront for you around this new moon. And because it's a new moon, it's going to be, again, setting the intentions, planting the seeds, starting something new, taking an initiative, taking a risk, that sort of thing. And because it's 11 energy, again, this is something that truly inspires you, and being very honest about that and following through with that, right? Not putting your desires, your wishes, your dreams on the back burner for other people, right? Not self-sacrificing. So I think this new moon will probably bring to light where it is that, you need to be taking some inspired action and really following your heart and going after what you want. So with that, I will wish you a very happy holiday season and a beautiful new year, and I will see you all in 2023. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.